Now, what's Tiger got down there, Phil?
161, a little different angle from over the right side of the fairway. The ball a little bit above his feet. See if he plays some sort of a little knockdown shot. The wind is from the right. Kind of hard to feel it where he's at. There's a slope, big kind of hill to the right of this fairway, and kind of blocks the feel of the wind.
Interesting to see if he tries to draw it in or hold it up against the breeze.
Oh, Tiger! Good Tiger! Shot, baby!
Yeah, he needs to get down.
So we're going to see a couple more guys chipping from over the green at the 6th. Third hardest hole today out here at PGA National.
We take you back to 6.
Now, Phil, what kind of lie is Tiger drawing down there?
Well, he's got a very good lie, actually. He's sitting just nicely in the rough. The green's not going against him. Plenty of green to work with here. Coming back uphill a little bit. Once it gets on the green and starts rolling, coming back uphill a little bit to the hole. It is a little bit below his feet where he'll address the ball, but not a hard shot at all.
Come on.
That's a great touch right there. Patton Kazai, slightly different angle, Phil?
Different angle, but a way different lie. His ball sitting.
They shot a 73, like best they could do.
I agree, Nick. I always felt like it was such an advantage for him because he's always been so used to all those other factors that come with such energy. People wonder.
Back to 7. Tiger Woods set to go at the 7th.
He's got 7-iron, 235 downwind.
Wow.
You don't want to fly it all the way to the hole, though. Let it release. He played some beautiful high-tiring fades on the range. That's called for here if you got it.
Right at it, baby.
Sergio's hit 6, Phil. And Berger landed on the ridge, and it shot over the green. So he's landed at the top of the ridge, and obviously with 7-iron, a bit more spin.
So Tiger will have a lengthy birdie. They had a chance to spend some time with a young man named Kevin Shanahan. Kevin is a 10th grader at the high school, and Kevin has volunteered here over the last couple of years. Tiger was made aware of that Kevin was from the school and spent some time with him. And in the interview that I saw on the local CBS affiliate here in West Palm Beach, Kevin said that Tiger really spoke from the heart, spent a lot of time with him, signed a glove for him, and offered words of encouragement. Ricky Fowler stopped by to take a picture with Kevin Shanahan as well. But all the players, their hearts in the right place this week.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it was. We really have no idea of that horror those poor kids face. So we're all thinking of them.
Tiger for his birdie at the 7th.
Well, a makeable putt here, Nick. It's going to break a little to the right at first and straighten out, maybe even try to go left a tad at the end, but a very makeable length right here.
So he gave it a good run. We saw Tiger give it a good run at the par 3 5th. And stress-free par for Woods at the 7th. Remains even on his round, even for the tournament.
That was a good club, you know.
It's 3.8 at that par 3. Now, on the tee at 8, looks like less than driver, Phil.
Yeah, it looks like probably a 3-wood. The wind right back into the player's face today here at the 8th. A little more wind today than yesterday. And this is that low tee shot with the 3-wood that he made so famous, that stinger, and that was well done.
Yeah, he really covered with that right side. Nick, you talked about it yesterday. High right shoulder, cover, knockdown draw. Well done there, finding the fairway. So a lot more of Tiger Woods coming up. We'll watch him all afternoon. And in the fairway, Tiger Woods.
152 yards. always one of his strengths, these little knockdown shots with the short iron. See if he can really flight this down and control his distance well here.
8 iron. Might be turning a hair too much. Just barely okay. Stays out of the rough. It'll be interesting, though. He looks like he's pinned up against that rough. We'll see what kind of stroke he has when we come back. Well done. Back at 8. What's Tiger looking at here, Phil?
Well, his ball's 2 or 3 inches curved away from that fringe. You could easily take a sand wedge and belly it, but he's going to use the putter. A little speedy once it gets on the green here, not a whole lot of break.
Interesting. He's got it back off that back foot, though, trying to hit down on it a little. Forced to, really. Couldn't make his normal stroke.
Oh, wait.
Even par on his round. Considering the conditions, not too bad. He seems to be more in control of his game this week than he was at Riviera last week. Had a
Yes,
terrible.
of course, he doesn't have to hit a lot of drivers on too, Kurt. I think that helps a little bit with his confidence level.
Yeah, he lost the speed on the greens last week on Friday at Riviera. 3-putted 3 times. He's talked about that this week. He's got a better lock on the speed of these greens here.
Club.
Yep.
It is doable.
Back to Tiger at 9.
All set to go. Less than driver.
Wow, 3 went into the wind. You better trap it.
Well, he did.
That's probably good for him. It forces him to keep on top of it. You know, rather he was. I like it when he's trying to hit the ball low rather than trying to hit his driver super high. Get stuck underneath it.
So Tiger even on his round today, even here at the Honda Classic, 4 off the lead of Daniel Berger with blustery, windy conditions here at the Honda. Daniel Berger, who he's playing with, now back in the fairway. Tiger waiting for the green to clear, set to go.
152 yards for Tiger back into the wind and from the right, a little bit more right on this shot than on the 8th. You don't want to miss this right or long. Very difficult to get it up and down. If you do so, underneath the hole to the left would be a good play.
Probably a little chippy 8 for Tiger. Definitely a fade. Hold it against the wind. So cuts it, and it should come back. Yeah.
So Woods will have another look at birdie. He's got 1 today to go along with a bogey, which happened at the 2nd.
Yeah. What do you think of the greens, Phil? They're a little thin in growth, aren't they? So they're a little crunchy.
They are. They've had a cold winter down
Yeah.
here, and so they've struggled with that a little bit. But I think they've done a wonderful job. I think they putt better than they look. They look a little scruffy, you might say, but they look like they roll pretty good.
Well, that's most important to the players. That's all they care about. If they can trust whatever they do, they get the ball hugs the green.
Yeah, it looks to me like this putt's got to go a little bit left. He's coming up at first, and as it crests a gentle slope that he's on. It's got to bend down to the left, I think, there at the latter part. So far today, his speed has been very good. I think a lot of times with Tiger, that's a good indicator with how he's putting. If his speed is good, then he usually feels pretty good about it.
Very important when you read putts to really have a good look at the last 4 feet, because obviously as the ball's dying, there's a tiny little hole in there. It could swoop it off there. Go. Beautifully read. Wow, Tiger. Tiger in the red, folks. 3 back.
So Woods plays the front 9 and 1 under, highlighted by the birdie at the 9th.
Yeah, best 9 of the year so far.
Well, they're out in big numbers here at PGA National. They see Tiger Woods, and Tiger has given them their money's worth. The birdie putt at the 9th to pull to within 3 of the lead of Daniel Berger here at the Honda Classic.
10th tee. Tiger Woods, you down there, Phil?
I am down here. The wind is down and from the left, Trevor. And Nick was talking on the last hole about how he likes Tiger when he stays on top of the ball, covers it a little bit. But that's hard with the driver, isn't it? Because you're told these days to hit up on it. How can you cover something and hit up on it at the same time? Is that maybe one of the problems for him with the driver?
That's a great point you make. Everybody's trying to launch it as high as they can. And with the ball teed up a couple inches, you need to be coming from underneath a little bit. And he's trying to find that sweet spot there. Trying to take it over the right edge of that trap. $184 miles an hour ball speed there, Phil.
And that was a controlled looking swing too. It didn't look like he even went after it.
That is quite incredible. Just for your guys' information, 168 miles an hour is average on tour, so almost 20 miles an hour faster. Over to the 18th tower.
Well, Tiger Woods finds himself with that birdie at the 9th, now just 3 off the lead of Daniel Berger, who's playing the 10th as well here at the Honda Classic with
65,000 fans there.
Feels like we have about 65,000 over at the 10th.
Tiger Woods, second shot.
It's just a little sand wedge from 127 yards. Great look, good angle. Good result.
Tiger's going to have that putt for back-to-back birdies. And the crowds love it.
Have no chance to get it close unless you bounce it in.
10th hole, Tiger Woods got about 9 feet for birdie here. Phil, what do you like for the line?
I don't think it's going to do much at all, Trevor. I think it's pretty straight. If anything, it might try to fall a little right. It loses speed. It's amazing the atmosphere out here, Trevor. It's phenomenal. It's as if, in case you guys have forgotten, hello, my name is Tiger Woods. It's really cool. I'm having a blast.
Yeah, that's right. For his warm-up this morning, you could see the crowd start to swell as he arrived at the range. Went through his familiar putting routine. Putting stroke looked fantastic in the warm-up. Here's a good angle. Oh, man.
Ball went left.
Looked like all of us misread that one.
He was set up left side of the hole. It looked like I was right behind him. It's a misread.
In the group in front, Sergio's ball moved right on a similar line. So that one seems to be fooling the guys. But still, nice round he's putting together so far.
1 a.m. Eastern here on Golf Channel. 211.
Tiger, yeah, he's going to back off. Somebody. The rope down the left side is very close to where these guys are looking because it's a downwind hole coming off their left. They're kind of aiming down that left side, and the gallery rope pretty close there. An iron.
It really is very important to put the ball in the fairway here with the approach shot over water.
Not liking it. Well, I'll tell you what, that will be, and it looked like it buried in the rough. That is going to be one tough shot to get on the green. Not sure he can from that angle. That lie was no good. That's a combination of rye. There's Bermuda down in there. If Tiger's not strong enough to dig it out of there and get it over the water, I'm not sure who is. So safely back in the fairway. Back here in the fairway at 11, Tiger Woods looking over his third shot. Phil?
96 yards straight downwind. Kurt, he's got it far enough down there where the angle's not bad. He's got a little bit of green to work with. Boy, he looked great on the range hitting these. See if we can get a little spinner here.
Okay.
That carries just a little more. It was a really good shot.
The one thing about where he left it, though, he's putting slightly uphill. We've seen some putts. We just saw Berger run it by on the opposite side of the hole, about 6 feet. So not a bad leave. Oh, yeah. Tiger looking at it over here. Pretty good chance to save par, Phil. This is not, you know, I mean, every putt is difficult when it's windy like this, but it's a pretty darn good lead going slightly back uphill.
No, you're exactly right. It's coming straight up the hill into the green. We try to move, I think, just a little bit to his right as it slows down, but it's not going to do a whole lot. Just give it enough speed to hold its line. You are very exposed here. There's nothing blocking the wind. It's pretty much downwind.
Right in the middle. And the fist pump. Don't think he's not giving it his all right now. That keeps him at 1 under par, 2 shots back. What a save.
How long has it been since we saw the last fist pump?
Boom. Yeah. Sir.
Look, your flight of the ball to match the angle of the green obviously makes the green bigger.
Tiger ready to go.
And Tiger 170. A little bit of a downhill lie here, slightly below his feet. I think that will help him a little bit stay on top of this one. They can play a little knockdown.
I agree. I'd rather have a downhill lie into the wind. He's driving it through the breeze nicely, isn't he?
Well, after that great par save at 11, Tiger Woods has a good look at birdie at 12.
So after all my years of listening to Gary McCord make predictions, now Tony Romo, I'm going to tell you Tiger will make this putt because everybody left of the flag, they're about on this line from 8 feet or so, they're at 4 for 4. So this must be just pick it up, Tiger. It's in.
Tiger had a great look at birdie at 10, didn't go, made a great par save at 11. Now has this putt for birdie at 12.
Must be a nice easy read, just a little left to right. Left to right all the way, consistent break. Oh, he went the wrong side. That was a ball or 2 left, and that looked like it was starting right. And nearly did the splits. Oh, I think he wanted to miss Snedeker's line. Suddenly realized Snedeker's line was down there, and
so a couple opportunities for Tiger at 10 and now here at 12 that he hasn't cashed in. After his birdie at the 9th and that great par save at 11. But again, par is a good score.
Back to 13.
Tiger Woods on the tee here at 13. Phil looks like he's going with that 3-wood again.
Yeah, it looks. I imagine the wind back into his face and left here. That he has in mind that same low 3-wood we've seen him hit a couple times so well today. Last one being at the 9th. Trouble right with water and bunker left. And left in that, I heard you talking earlier about out of bounds stakes. Always a difficult driving hole here, the 13th.
Yeah, 240 yards to cover that water onto the fairway. 250 to the left bunker. So he's got plenty of club to steer clear of all of that. Just got to hit a straight one somehow. The guys have been saying, let's watch and see how tall he can keep his right shoulder through impact.
Needs to go. It's a large area of palm trees and whatnot there. May have gotten into that. I couldn't tell.
3 tied at the top right now. Tiger Woods in the right rough at 13. We'll be back after this. Now, back to that right rough. Phil, how's that lie looking?
Lie's not bad. He's got a clear shot up and over some trees, so he's going to have to knock it up in the air into the winds. Controlling this distance might be an issue. 140 yards back to this hole location.
Just goes to show you how important it is to find the fairway here on the 13th, even though it's not a very long hole. Back over to the 18th.
In the front part, back to 13.
Now Tiger Woods coming from that greenside bunker.
Where the lie was good, plenty of green to work with. He took advantage of it. Good looking shot.
How nice was the sound from that strike there, Phil. So much speed through impact.
Back to 13.
Tiger with a short putt for par here. Phil, what do you see?
Well, he's certainly taking his time on this one, Trevor. I think it has his attention quite a bit. He's studied it pretty hard. Backed off of it once there. Take something out of his line.
Just keep an eye on how still he keeps his head. Won't look up early. Great save. So a couple great saves for Tiger. Over on 11 and now on 13. Hanging in there. 3 tied at the top. Tommy Fleetwood just made a birdie to tie the lead. We'll be right.
It's tougher.
Back to 14 here. Tiger Woods from the fairway.
176, nothing more than a full 9-iron here coming downwind. This needs to get up.
Oh, wow. That was probably the worst swing he's made today. Just waved at it a little bit.
Now over 14.
In the bunker, Tiger Woods.
The lie's good, but the green goes away about 6 feet short of the hole. Tough to get this to stop near it. Coming downwind, clip that nicely.
This should roll out a little bit. Good shot. We saw a putt there earlier today. We were driving by that hole, Bob Poppin.
Not easy to shoot those all par 18 holes, you know.
All right, let's check back in with Tiger Woods for par at 14.
Kurt, this is no easy putt, is it? A little bit downhill, a little downwind. So you can't really hit this that firm. And I think that makes little short putts like this a little more difficult, particularly late in the day. You've had most of the field walking on this green.
That's kind of the first time today we've seen him. It looked uncommitted to that shot into the green, the iron shot. It looked like, what, 9-iron in here. He's actually leading the field right now in proximity to the hole when he does hit the green in regulation. So that was, I would say, his worst swing today.
You kind of sometimes you get the sense that you start losing the feel of it a little bit on the course, and you feel that way a little bit right now. You know, he missed that one tee shot on 11 also, and airing off the tee on the last hole. So he's next 3 holes after this putt, big putt here, but next 3 are going to be quite the challenge.
One thing he's always been good at, grinding out pars.
Did you see there's even a sweet spot in that putter? Did you see that he's worn out the sweet spot? There's not many people who wear out the sweet spot on a putter.
There's a little dime-sized mark there, wasn't there?
Did you see that?
That is cool.
That is very rare. He's hit 1,000,001 putts with that putter.
He said once, you know, this putter was in his house. He had a bunch of putters, and this one was kind of sitting to the side, and his kids were messing around with these clubs. And he said, you can mess around with any club in there, any club, except for that one over on the left.
Yeah, that one's grounded.
Yeah, you cannot use that one. Another look. Great read and perfect speed. Another good save for Tiger.
Tiger heads to the tee at 15 with caddy Joe LaCava, who's celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday, Joe. We're over 1,200 in the 11 previous years, from the Bear to the Tiger on the tee at 15.
Yeah, he's got the 7-iron out. The breeze is still blowing, but not quite as hard as it was earlier in the day. And Nick, he cannot afford to get underneath this with that right
No.
miss if he gets under it.
No. If wind's coming like at 1 o'clock, so we've seen the shot. It's, you know, aim left, hit a driving hard, low fade, and if you play perfection, it's heading towards the flag, but you can't chicken out on it and scoop it with the right hand. Left bunker is really poor percentages of getting up and down from that left bunker.
Left side of the tee, though. Does that mean he's going to try to draw it?
Yeah, good point. I would have gone on the other side. You're right. Hit the low fade. He's gone with a low draw.
This is not going to make it. Needs to go.
You're kidding. You are kidding. Wow. That was a shocker. I'm amazed. You know, he knows it. We've seen it all day long. You forget the flag and just do anything. Let's have a look. He's just got a little bit. The body is just a fraction faster. Oh, and he stood up on that, didn't he? Buckled the left arm. Wasn't really fully. Yeah, the arms have got a little slower than the body all of a sudden. Just blocked a couple. Blocked one on. Where did he hit that iron off the tee? Was that 11? Yeah, 11. Of course, we laid up.
So now Tiger's got to head to the drop zone at 15, which is 110 yards.
Well, that's no fun because that's a knockdown wedge and not quite a gale, but it's at least 15 miles an hour. And you know you've got to get it up a hill. Not easy.
Nick, are you surprised that what he tried to do there, considering that he's made a career out of playing the percentages and smart, understanding the conditions and everything else that's going on?
That was a very good spot by Kurt. He went left side of the tee, so that's what he was trying to hit, a low draw, and got late with his arms, where he's been working the low fade really nicely all day. So, and with a right to left wind, to me, and that's how I would have played it, aimed left to the flag, 15 feet. And you know that you shouldn't be able to, if you overdo the fade, it could actually be perfect. You know, you'd be super brave. But if you just hit a nice knockdown fade, you're 20 feet left the flag. As we know, you just get out of these holes. You knock it on the green, 2-putt, move on.
First time Tiger's ever hit the ball in the water here at 15 in 13 rounds.
Plenty of deep divots there. You know, it just shows you get a little nervous, and now the arms will go a little faster than the body because natural for the body to tighten up. So let's see if we can.
Well, the drop circle 110 yards, same angle back into the wind.
Yeah.
But a little slightly further left, where you're not coming straight over the lake as you were from the tee.
So this one, a little knockdown draw, is a nice shot to play, because you really keep the trajectory down, where if you went for the choppy fade, you know, the wingy fade, and you just bottle out of it, the thing won't go anywhere.
Exactly right. But if you hit that knockdown draw, this hole from this angle is only cut 15 feet from the water on the right.
Well, you forget that. You started at the flag, just turn it into the middle of the green. Yeah, it's pretty good, wasn't it? Right at it. Got half a chance to get him out of here with a bogey.
Can Tiger scratch out a bogey after hitting it in the water at 15 here at the Honda Classic? Back at the Honda Classic, group of Tiger Woods, Brad Snedeker, and Pat Kazire on the green at 18. Woods stalking his par putt. That spectator just decided to walk right through the ropes. No credential, no ticket, but gators everywhere.
Well, there's not a whole lot in this putt for Tiger. It's a little bit uphill. The green's going to the right. It may try to fall just a little right if it runs out of speed. About probably 16, maybe 18 feet. Be a huge save if you can walk away with a 4.
Well, I've got all the arrows on this yardage chart going all to the left, Phil, especially where he's standing. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, that was awkward. The first 10 feet was quite a severe slope where he was standing, and then it flattened out.
So a big mistake by Woods at 15 as he hits his tee shot in the water, makes double bogey, and moves to +1.
Back here at the 16th hole, Tiger Woods. Phil?
And Trevor's going with the, looks like the iron here on his tee shot. The wind is from the right a little bit down, and the same problem everyone at home faces. Can you put that one out of your mind and get back to work now?
He's been trying to play a fade off of this hole the last couple days. It looks like it's just nestled down a little bit there in the first cut.
Yeah, I agree with that. Back to 16.
Tiger Woods here. Phil, that ball looks like it's rolled up against the collar.
It has, sitting down just a little bit in that first cut, as you mentioned, Trevor, 196 yards to this hole. I don't think he's going to try to go anywhere near the hole. Something more into the middle of the green would be the play here. The wind is in and from the right. Needs a good solid hit into that wind. A miss to bring the water into play.
Smart play there from Tiger. We'll have a long birdie putt though. Over to 17.
The shot that he did, that's where you want to miss it at 15.
Now 16, Tiger Woods from 65 feet.
Well, he's down in a swale, actually fairly deep swale, a couple 3 feet deep. He's got to come up and over that. And there's a little corner that's going to come off and should break pretty sharply to the right when it comes off of that. But then the last 15 feet or so are going to straighten out. A little downhill as well, the last half of this putt. Not an easy putt to get close.
As you say, Phil's been very slippery around this cup. That may not stay on the green.
Just hanging out, watching carnage.
Oh, yeah. It's going to get 24 hours off before he tees up round 3.
Now after the double on 15, this is for par here from 17 feet for Tiger. Huge momentum putt here.
Well, how often do you see when the first putt's run this far by, the next one's left short? This one's straight back up the hill. Might be hard to get it to the hole.
So that's going to be a bogey for Tiger on 16. He falls to 2 over for the championship. 5 shots behind the leader.
Back here at the 17th hole, Tiger Woods back on the tee.
5 iron.
Yeah. You can breathe now. What a great strike that was.
Well, that confirms it. Draws the shot at 17. That's the way to play it. Great. We must celebrate. Because we lost by 1. We now know we can do it. And so that was huge. And we obviously then went on and won 85 and 87. And that was it was a huge turnaround of We knew we had 6 players in the team believed it. Other 6 would be fair to say they didn't quite believe it as much, but after we left that week, suddenly we thought we could win a Ryder Cup.
And speaking of Ryder Cup, Tiger named an assistant captain this week as he go over to the 17th.
A big putt for birdie here, exactly 12 feet. Only the 8th player today to make birdie here at 17.
Well, after Tiger made double at 15 and a bogey at 16, the difficult 17th, he rolls in the birdie putt. He's got the fans going. Now on the tee at the par 5 18th.
Well, the tendency into the wind on a par 5 is to hit it hard, but if you hit it hard, a lot of times you spin it more and it goes shorter.
Yeah.
So a good solid flight here. Stay a little on top of it, Nick. A little good solid flight will work better into the wind.
He's just seen it. Sneds has just done the perfect shot for him. Just release those arms. Get the body and arms in sync. How about that?
This is roasted.
Best one today. Wow, Tiger's going to take a little bit of confidence out of this round, really. Great 2 on 17, busts that. If he could finish, wow. Finish birdie.
Going in at 1 under. Now Tiger Woods getting set for his second here at 18 after a drive of 289 yards.
Yeah, he's got 261 to the hole, but it looks like he's taking, can't tell what club that is.
Well, is that the driving iron, or does he think he can just bust a low one and get front edge for safety? Doesn't want to get up in the air.
Just playing it left, Nick. He's just going to take the whole green to pitch with from over there.
Over one bunker across the slopes. That's okay. Yeah, he could feed that, and if he got it 6, 8 feet past the flag to the right, that'll be a good.
Par 4 8th. This will take you back to 18. Phil, did you get a look at the lie? Everything okay?
Yeah, the lie's not bad. A little bit downhill. It's a little downhill on the green, so he can let this release to the hole. He doesn't have to fly it all the way there.
It's not quite the junk and run when you've got another bunker in front of you, but he's overplayed it. He's overspun it. Not what he wanted. Wanted a little squarer face, little lower. Start it left. It actually started just a bit too much to the right, didn't it, straight away? Especially on a left to right green. Yeah, I think he mishit it a touch.
Tiger thinks he did, but he'll have an opportunity for birdie.
And all the arrows are going down towards the middle of the green, and the putt goes left. You want your money back, wouldn't you?
So what does the arrows say for Tiger's birdie putt here?
Well, he's all right. He's just left to right all the way. And we just saw this one with Berger, but it's the goal on this one, Phil, would be like if you try and miss it left, try and miss it topside, because it's going to just be a late breaker.
Well, you're right. And in the last 4 feet or so, it kind of turns down a little bit. You may want to get away from you speed-wise. Be a little careful with it.
Yeah.
The bunker shot, you were spot on. He just caught it heavy coming out of there. Didn't clip it the way he wanted.
After a birdie at 17, Woods for birdie here at 18.
Overcooked it. He knew it, and he just bashed it through the break.
Donald, who missed the cut, played earlier.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, Working on it, but I got PGA National this week. Now Tiger for his par.
He got bear trapped, a few of them as well.
So the birdie at 17, a par at 18. Offsetting that double bogey at 15, the bogey at 16. Tiger Woods 1 over on his round today. Gave himself a lot of chances, though, Nick.
He played solid, really. Whether he will question the shot choice on 15, but all in all, just a couple of loose swings. I think he enjoys the fact he doesn't have to hit drivers so much. It's the low 3-woods, the stinger irons. It all helps him, and plus his short game. He knows even good shots are missing the greens here. So his short game is better than anybody out here right now.
Luke List with a 4-under 66 this morning. He's in at 3 under. Jamie Lovemark at 3 under par. Tiger Woods a 1 over 71 today. He stands at +1 through the first 2 rounds of the Honda Classic. Down to Steve Burkowski.
Bob, pleased to be joined by Tiger Woods. And Tiger, you said after Thursday's round of even par you were pleased. How would you characterize 1 over here on Friday?
Well, I made 2 bad swings and costing me about 3 shots there. 15, 16. So overall, it was a good grind out there. It was tough. It's tough to make putts out there, but the key is to keep hitting the ball on the green and keep getting GIRs and keep giving myself looks at it, and I did that for most part of the day.
With this golf course being so difficult in these conditions, what's it like trying to stay in the moment and hit this exact shot you're hoping for at that current time?
Yeah, it's interesting because the ball's just obviously not spinning. There's a big puff of sand when the ball lands on the green, and it's chasing a little bit. So that makes it even harder because you can't really get spin, even from the fairways. So it's a strong test right now.
You talked about the bear trap throughout the course of the broadcast. What are the challenges when people at home wonder and see the best players in the world struggle on those holes?
Well, it's just into the wind, and any kind of mishit shot is going to get accentuated by the wind, and they're just difficult golf shots. And as I was saying, that's it's hard to make putts, and so if you miss the green, trying to get it up and down, pretty much not just the bear trap, but all day, it's quite a test.
After 15 and 16, you come back, hit a great shot on 17. Take us through what you saw and what you were able to pull off.
Yeah, that 17 was a tough shot because I was right between clubs. After watching Sneds hit 5 there, the wind laid down and 5 was too much, and so I took something off of it, kind of chipped a 5 in there, and worked out good and hit a good putt.
Earlier this week you talked about feeling tournament golf again. What have you learned through 2 rounds about where your game currently is?
Well, Steven, it feels good. I feel solid. I feel like I am making some good passes at the golf ball, and I've got pretty good pace on the greens except for that putt there at 16. It was a good grind.
Tiger, appreciate the time. See you Saturday.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's take a look at Tiger's scorecard, and had that birdie at the 9th, and Nicky had a good look at birdie at 10, made a great par save at 11. Another good look for birdie at 12.
Yeah, it's very important, the strategy. It's the strategy, the way Jack has angled a lot of these greens. They're either going left to right or right to left. So you can see if you feed the ball in to match the angle of the greens, it makes the greens wider rather than coming across them. Sometimes you can do that, sometimes you can't. So that's why, just getting the right club selection, even that, everything is difficult here. That's why we've got 2 guys at 3 under.
And Tiger just 4 off the lead. Sergio with that 70 today is at +2. Jim Furyk, the